What's up, YouTube? PokePrimer here, ready to deliver you our Week 5 matchup here in the PFL. This week we are taking on Ryan and his Cianwood City Quagsires, and he has quite the menacing team on his hands. He's got Kyurem Black, Rotom, Donphan, Galvantula, Jellicent, Xatu, Mega Steelix, Superior, Mimikyu, Blaziken, and Alolan Raticate, with his Z users being Kyurem Black and Alolan Raticate. So, very, very scary team. He's got Web's offense with things like Kyurem Black and Superior and Mimikyu, which are all terrifying under sticky webs. Even Blaziken is terrifying under webs. So we're going to have to be really, really careful about this matchup, trying to keep the webs off our side of the field as much as we can. Hopefully we can do that. We're going to have to be really, really smart about this. But against this team, I feel like bringing a more offensive build is really smart in this case. So that's what we're doing. And the first one we're bringing for this offensive build is Bam Bam, our Darmanitan, our newly acquired Darmanitan. Flare Blitz, Earthquake, Toxic, and U-Turn. We have the Toxic because he has the Rotom, he has the Jellicent, which are pretty much auto switch-ins to this thing. And if I can Toxic one of those, that would be absolutely stellar. Or even the Mimikyu, if he wants to switch into that at some point, I can Toxic the Mimikyu, and that kind of nullifies, or that makes it really easy for me to beat those in the long run. He doesn't have any noticeable Cleric support, so that is also really good. Does he have any Cleric support? No, he doesn't. He doesn't have any Clerics on his team, so if I can get Toxics off on things, that basically guarantees that they will die eventually. So that's really, really good. So we have that going for us. We have the Toxic for that. Flare Blitz just is a good nuke against the rest of his team. Nothing really wants to take that. We have the Earthquake, though, for the Blaziken. Blaziken does want to take an Earthquake, or does want to take a Flare Blitz. And if he builds the Blaziken right, it will take a Flare Blitz significantly well. It could take a Flare Blitz decently well. So Earthquake is there to punch a hole through that thing and break through it. But for the most part, the rest of his team does not appreciate Flare Blitz. I have to be careful because Alolan Raticate does get thick fat, but at the same time, it's also not that bulky of a mon, so I don't know. That might become a thing. Then we just have U-Turn to keep up some momentum on his team. We can scout his switch-ins and whatnot early on, and we'll see how that goes. Next up, we're bringing Symmetrical, the Cryogonal, with the leftovers. Defog, Freeze Dry, HP Ground, and Recover. Enough speed, outspeed his Mimikyu. And then we have Max Special Attack, and then the rest going into our HP stat. We have Defog so that we can keep the webs off of our side of the field. That's a very, very important thing for this matchup. I don't want webs up at all. And if they are up, I don't want them up for long. So I don't care what I have to do to get Cryogonal in, but I'm going to get Cryogonal in and Defog and get the webs off. Because that is a problem. Honestly, a massive problem. So that's a thing. We're going to have to be really, really focused on keeping the webs off our field as much as we can. So that's the plan with this mod. Freeze Dry is really, really good to have because it limits the switch-ins to this thing heavily. Because to now, the only real switch into this in the broad scheme is like Thick Fat, Alolan Raticate, and Blaziken. Because everything else in the team gets hit with neutral or super effective damage from Freeze Dry, and it hurts a lot. So that's really, really good. And we have HP Ground to hit that Blaziken. Part of me doesn't feel like Alolan Raticate comes, although at the same time it actually does have a decent matchup against us. So it's pretty much a toss-up. But Alolan Raticate is also not that great of a mon. And watch, he finds a way to prove me wrong and he sweeps me with it. But I don't think Alolan Raticate's that great. That's just me. But yeah, could be interesting matchup to see how that goes. But for the most part, I think that this is a solid set. We have Recover as well because we have really good natural special defense. So if we have to take a hit on the special side, it'd be nice to be able to recover off that damage with the leftovers. So we're basically getting a free 56% if we can scare something out. That'd be awesome. So hopefully we can do that. Yeah, that is our Cryogonal set. Next up we have Bolt Doggo, our Mega Manectric. I will make sure to change it to a regular Manectric with Lightning Rod after this. But we have 80 in speed with a Timid Nature. This allows us to outpace a Superior, which is important. We have max special attack, and then we have 176 into our HP stat. With our Intimidate ability, which is also very important because I want to be able to take, a physical hit here or there if I absolutely have to. We have Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Overheat, and Toxic. Again, Toxic is important because things that might want to switch into this, being like the Dawn Fan and maybe the Kyurem as well, don't appreciate being toxic, so that's really, really cool. We have the Overheat, because Overheat, I was going to just run Flamethrower, but Overheat is actually necessary to Oko Superior. Also to do over half to a Mega Steelix if it's specially defensive, which I'm pretty sure he'll bring a specially defensive Mega Steelix against us. That would be shocking if he didn't. Because he almost kind of has to, because of the way my team is. He kind of has to bring special bulk on his Mega Steelix if he brings it. So, other than that, we can Volt Switch this Thunderbolt the majority of his team without any real issues, which is really, really good. We can keep up some momentum with that, and I do like having momentum. Now we are going to change this right now while I am thinking about it. Not fucking with it. I'm not fucking with forgetting that this time. So, yeah. Next up, we have Shadow, our Zygarde 10%, which I actually don't think I've brought yet this season. No, I brought it against Adam, but it didn't get to see the light of day because Kamala just went ham as fuck. So, but we are bringing enough speed again to outspeed the Superior. So that's important. We have max attack and then 16 into HP, Life Orb, 1,000 Arrows, Toxic, Outrage, and Extreme Speed. Again, Toxic is there because his main real switch into this is more than likely going to be Superior. Because realistically, he doesn't have a great switch into this because of 1,000 Arrows hitting flying types and shit, so it's going to still hit pretty much everything really hard. So if I can Toxic the Superior, that is really awesome. We have Outrage for that Kyurem Black, so we can punch a hole through that as well. Potentially even punching a hole through Superior if we get the chance to. If it gets low enough, we can punch a hole. That would only happen after Mimikyu's gone, though, because I know he would be smart enough to preserve Mimikyu to take on Zygarde. I know he would. He's not stupid. Ryan's a very, very competent battler, so obviously, like, if Mimikyu's gone, then we'll be able to click Outrage more freely, but for now, I'm hesitant to do so. And then we have Extreme Speed. Extreme Speed is just going to be real nice, too. Extreme Speed will be really nice to pick off some key threats, or anything that's down really, really low, or even to late game cleanup. If we have enough HP for the Life Orb hits, and his team's been whittled enough, we can pick off his team members with the Extreme Speeds, which is could be really, really nice for us. I would really like to do that. That would be really awesome. Plus, Extreme Speed is just a good move to have in general for potential Scarf Mons as well. Pick those off also. So next up, we have Thanks Steve, the Celesteela, and we are bringing a fully offensive Celesteela this week with a Totemize. Atomize with this allows us to outspeed something that's Scarfed. I think Scarf Kyurem, maybe? And 1.5, 5 by 2. Yeah, we can outspeed a Scarf Kyurem, which is awesome. So, realistically, the only things that on his team that can outspeed me are a Scarf Mimikyu, which I don't think he would do. I feel like Scarf Mimikyu's not even that great. So that's really cool. And then once we're set up, we can just use whatever moves we need at the time. Hopefully we've whittled this team a little bit by the time we get set up, so that the Grassium Z we have, along with our Energy Ball, will be able to knock out his main switch into this Mon, being the Donphan, the Jellicent, and the Rotom Wash. Because that would be awesome. And hopefully he doesn't bring the Blaziken, because we have things like the Tapu Fini, we have things like the Zygarde that scare it, we have the Mega Manectric that's just faster, we have the Reuniclus that can wall it, we have the Dusclops that can wall it. So it'd be really tough for his Blaziken to do a lot, so hopefully he doesn't bring it, because we don't have Air Slash to hit it with. Because we need Flash Cannon to hit the Kyurem, as well as just having a stab move, as well to hit the Mimikyu. We have the Flamethrower to hit the Superior and the Steelix, which is also very important. And then we have the Energy Ball for the Grassium Z with the Water types. So I think that'd be really, really cool. I think there's a good chance that Celesteela could put in some work this week. If I can get this thing set up, I think it will be awesome. And so I'm really hoping to do that. So that'd be cool, so I can get a Celesteela sweep. Yay! Hopefully Celesteela sweep. And then the last one we're going to be bringing is Fini Nut, our Tapu Fini, with the Wakan Berry, Nature's Madness, Moonblast, Surf, and Ice Beam. Enough speed to outspeed a min speed Xatu, I believe. Xatu. Which should be cool. Nature's Madness to just tear through whatever he brings in on this, which is nice. The Wakan Berry is there so that I can actually live even Electrium Z Fusion Bolt from the Kyurem, which is nice as well. And then we can Moonblast that thing. Then Surf and Ice Beam are just good coverage for his team. Again, we can't really touch the Jellicent or the Rotom, but, well, more so the Jellicent. We can Moonblast it, but, like, not preferred. But we have Ice Beam, so we can maybe hit the Serp if it switches in or something. I don't know. Ice Beam will also hit the Xatu, which is cool, especially if we outspeed it, so we can, like, really whittle that thing down. That'd be awesome. And then we have the Surf for stab to hit things like the Steelix and the Blaziken. So that is going to be our team, and we are going to go ahead and hop into the battle. Let's go! Alrighty guys, we are here for our battle against Ryan and his Cianwood City Quagsires. He decided to bring his Galvantula, Rotom Wash, Kyurem Black, Blaziken, Alolan Eradicate, and Mega Steelix against us, so let's see how this matchup goes. We're going to lead with our Bolt Doggo, the Mega Manectric, as he's going to lead with his Rotom Wash. And right off the bat, turn one, I'm just going to go straight for a Toxic. I don't think he's going to do too much to me, so I'm going to set up the Toxic on him, try to get him whittled down, and he's going to set up a Light Screen. So this is going to be a dual screens Rotom Wash, and that's not fun. And I'm going to go out into my Cryogonal to handle this situation, as he's going to get up his Reflect. So, this is why having Cryogonal as a defogger is great. So I'm going to just go ahead and defog right here with my Cryogonal. And that's awesome. So, we are no screens here, as I'm going to now go into my Tapu Fini as he sets up a Swords Dance on his Blaziken. Poison Jab is going to do a massive amount of damage, but we're going to be able to knock this thing down really low with our Surf. So that is awesome. So he's going to be able to Poison Jab and KO the Fini. Now I'm going to go into our Mega Manectric, and I almost clicked Overheat on this play. I'm really mad that I didn't, because Overheat would have killed, but I just go straight for the Thunderbolt. I didn't think he was going to go straight into his Steelix, but he does. I'm actually just going to go for the Overheat now, knock this thing down extremely low, as he's going to go for the Earthquake, and we are actually going to live. Shoutouts to HP Investment, dude. Shout out to the HP Investment. But we're gonna go for another overheat, try to pick up the KO on the Steelix, as he's gonna go into his Rotom here. We are going to then go for a Volt Switch, get ourselves out of here. We can save Manectric as Death Fodder, which is exactly what he's doing with both his Steelix and his Blaziken right now, as he's gonna go for a Volt Switch with his Rotom as we get in our Zygarde dog. So now Zygarde can just click a free 1,000 arrows and pretty much claim himself one, which is awesome. We're going to reveal our Life Orb here, which is unfortunate, but he's now going to go straight into his Kyurem, which makes me immediately think this thing is Scarfed. I'd be willing to bet money that this is Scarfed, so I'm going to go now, sack my Manectric, and see kind of what he's going for. So he's going to go for that Ice Beam there, and due to the fact of him going for Ice Beam, that means I can go into Celesteela and feel kind of safe. I'm kind of scouting still if he's Scarfed at this point, so I'm going to switch my Celesteela out to avoid a potential Fusion Bolt into my Cryogonal as he goes into his Steelix. So I'm going to Freeze Dry and kill off his Steelix there, which is awesome. He's going to now go into his Alolan Eradicate. I'm just going to click Freeze Dry against this thing. Just going to kind of try to weaken him down. He's going to go for the knockoff, and he's actually going to miss, which is very unfortunate because of that Hustle ability. But he's just going to go straight ahead for a Breakneck Blitz on us. So he's going to be able to knock us out, which is okay with me. That's fine. I'm going to be able to go then into my Darmanitan. He's going to go for a Sucker Punch, land it, and that's going to hurt a lot. But I'm able to kill him off with a Flare Blitz. Crit did not matter. Obviously, he was at 20-something%. And now, even though he's Scarfed, it's a Speed Tie, so I'm just going to go for the Flare Blitz again and just get some damage off on this Kyurem. He's going to go for a Fusion Bolt. So obviously now I can go freely into my Zygarde because I know he's Scarfed at this point. So I'm just going to go straight for 1,000 arrows, because 1,000 arrows would have killed the Kyurem, and it picks up the kill on the incoming Blaziken. He's going to now go into his Kyurem, and I'm thinking to myself, like, maybe I could go for an Extreme Speed, maybe like an Extreme Speed kill, but I wasn't going to go for it. I let him kill off my thing, lock himself into Ice Beam, so I can go into my Celesteela, and I'm going to go for my Autotomize. I am EV to outspeed a max speed Kyurem with a Choice Scarf. So now that I am at my +2 speed, I'm going to go for the Flash Cannon and pick up the kill on the Kyurem. And I'm thinking in my head, if he's Sash Galvantula, or if he is Choice Scarf Galvantula, I am fucked. I'm straight up fucked. But he is not Scarfed. He is not Sash. We are able to pick up the kill with our Celesteela. We get the nice 1-0 victory over Ryan and the Cianwood City Quagsires with a late game Celesteela cleanup. I'm so happy that this actually worked. I'm actually kind of bummed that he didn't bring any of his water types. I'm actually really bummed because I had the Grassium Z2 and I wanted to be able to show that off. But unfortunately, he did not do that. But GG to Ryan. It was a fantastic game. We've always had really, really good close games. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed this matchup as much as I did. We are currently now sitting 3-2. We are bouncing back hard in this league, so let's hopefully we can keep up this momentum. But yeah, with that being said, I'm going to get out of here. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like down below and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, I'm PokePrimer, signing off. Peace!